Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Alright, Browns fans, I hope you're as excited as I am because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Cleveland Browns and the entire AFC North. The offseason is always a time full of rumors, speculations, and strategic moves. But this one stands out because it hints at a significant shift in the division's power dynamics. We're talking about potential connections between the Browns and a former college coach, a name that's been making waves behind the scenes and could bring a new dimension to Cleveland's roster and coaching staff. Now, I won't spoil everything right away, but trust me, this is a story you don't want to miss. It's about building a team that's not only competitive, but has the potential to dominate for years to come. And if you've been following the Browns for a while, you know how crucial every offseason move can be in shaping future success. The Cleveland Browns have been on an interesting trajectory over the past few seasons. After a long period of struggle, the team finally broke through in 2020 with that incredible playoff run led by Baker Mayfield and a revamped roster. Since then, fans have been dreaming about a Super Bowl appearance, and last season's performances kept that hope alive. But as everyone knows, the AFC North is a fiercely competitive division, with the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals all fighting tooth and nail for supremacy. The Ravens, under John Harbaugh, have been a perennial playoff team, and the Steelers, with their rich history and solid defense, remain a tough nut to crack. The Bengals, led by Joe Burrow and that explosive offense, have taken the league by storm. So, for the Browns to step up and make a real run, they need not only talent, but also strategic and coaching excellence. That brings us directly into this recent news that's been buzzing around NFL circles. There are whispers about Cleveland being connected to a former college coach, someone with a proven track record of developing young talent and creating winning environments. Now, this isn't just idle chatter. It's coming from credible sources who suggest that the Browns are exploring this connection seriously, possibly looking to bring in this coach in some capacity, be it as part of the coaching staff, a consultant, or even a strategic advisor. Why does this matter? Because, historically, teams that bring in experienced coaches from college or other leagues often see a boost in player development, especially on the offensive and defensive lines, which are so critical in today's NFL. Think about it. A coach who has a knack for cultivating talent, instilling discipline, and creating winning culture. These are exactly what Cleveland needs right now. And if you're wondering about the specific individual involved, well, details are still emerging. But what's clear is that the Browns are actively seeking to add expertise that can help elevate their game plan, improve player performance, and foster a winning mentality. This could be a strategic move to complement their existing coaching staff, including head coach Kevin Stefanski, who has been doing a solid job but is always looking to refine his approach. The NFL is a league where every detail matters, and sometimes, a new voice or fresh perspective can be the difference between a playoff appearance and a deep postseason run. Now, let's take a moment here because I want to emphasize how important coaching and staff decisions are in the NFL. We've seen teams rise dramatically after making smart hires or bringing in experienced minds. The Browns, with their talented roster, especially on offense with players like Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, and the emerging David Njoku, need to maximize their potential. On defense, adding a coach with a history of developing linebackers or secondary players can be a game changer. Remember, Cleveland's defense has shown flashes of brilliance, but also moments of inconsistency. A new coaching influence could help tighten things up and make them more formidable against top-tier opponents. But it's not just about bringing in a new coach. It's about the culture shift that can come with fresh leadership. Cleveland fans, you know how passionate this team is, how much history and pride are tied to this franchise. The Browns have a unique identity, rooted in resilience and never giving up. That's what makes this possible move so exciting. If this coach has a background in building strong team culture, That could translate into better performances on the field and a more unified locker room. The NFL is as much about mental toughness and chemistry as it is about X's and O's, and this could be a step toward fostering that environment. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory. The Bengals have become a powerhouse with Burrow and their high-octane offense. The Ravens are always contenders with Lamar Jackson, especially if they address their gaps on defense. The Steelers, under Mike Tomlin, remain a disciplined and tough team. So for the Browns, this move could be about closing the gap or even surpassing these rivals. Cleveland has the talent in key positions, and with the right coaching staff, they could unlock that potential and become true contenders in the AFC. And let's not forget, Cleveland has been making smart roster moves in the offseason. They've been aggressive in free agency, signing solid players to fill gaps, and drafting promising young talent. The combination of a talented roster and strategic coaching hires could be what elevates them to the next level. Fans are already buzzing about the upcoming season, with high expectations for Baker Mayfield's successor and the offensive line, which has been a work in progress. There's also excitement about the defensive front, which has some young stars ready to break out. All of this points to a team that's hungry for success, eager to make a statement in 2024. And if this connection with a former college coach turns into a reality, it could be the missing piece that propels Cleveland into serious playoff contention. Imagine a Browns team that's not just good on paper, but also plays with confidence, discipline, and a relentless drive to win. That's the kind of team Browns fans want to see, one that embodies the spirit of Cleveland: resilient, tough, and always fighting until the final whistle. Now, I want to talk a little about what this could mean for the division and the league. The AFC North has always been a tough division, but with these potential coaching and strategic moves, Cleveland could shake things up significantly. Imagine a scenario where the Browns, under new leadership, start the season with a bang, surprise a few opponents, and climb the standings quickly. That could set the tone for a playoff push that no one saw coming. And of course, this would put pressure on the other teams to adapt and respond. It's a game of chess, and Cleveland might just be making a bold move that changes the entire game board. For Browns fans, this news is a breath of fresh air. It's about hope, about believing that your team is taking the right steps toward greatness. The city of Cleveland has always been passionate about its football, and despite the years of ups and downs, the loyalty remains unshaken. That's what makes this story so compelling, because it's about a franchise that's always fought back, always believed in better days ahead. With a new coaching influence, the Browns could finally realize their true potential and give their fans the kind of success they've been dreaming of for decades. So, as we keep an eye on this developing story, remember that every move, every hire, every strategy is part of a bigger picture. Cleveland is positioning itself to be a serious contender, and this connection to a former college coach could be just the beginning of something extraordinary. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, but Browns fans, you know your team is always in the mix. The upcoming season promises excitement, and with this potential new addition, the Browns are looking to turn the page and write a new chapter filled with hope, resilience, and maybe, just maybe, another shot at the Super Bowl. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, and the journey to greatness continues. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and keep supporting our team every step of the way. Because in Cleveland, football isn't just a game, it's a way of life.